Welcome to another edition of Africa Sideways, and we're continuing our adventure in the Ford Wildtrak, and more notably in this edition, the Jeep Wrangler two-door Sahara edition, piloted by the trimmer. And we're on part 2 of the off-road track here on this little cottage outside Cederberg. Got the whole place to ourselves here, and the Wrangler is just eating this up. It's got 32-inch BF Goodrich tyres on, and it is in it to win it, ladies and gentlemen. Really a pleasure being out. This is sort of the border of the Cederberg, so you get that big sky country, a lot of off-roading here. So if you're into off-roading, anywhere around the Cederberg area has got you covered. Some nice 4x4 tracks around Cederberg as well. Gets quite wet here in winter. You can get some flash floods and stuff, so you got to know what you're doing. But at the moment, this is really just grade 2 off-road, nothing too serious. I didn't bring the Wildtrak on this track because it's got 19-inch low-profile tires, highway tires, so that's not going to be any good. But the good news is I'm taking the Raptor. I've got the Raptor parked outside as we speak in black. I'm taking it, and we're going back to this thing in winter. It's going to be a job just getting to the hut because there was some heavy rains recently, and the farmer was saying it's not even possible. But I think the Raptor can do it. The back tires look a little scrubbed. It look like the journos have been having a bit of fun with it. But why wouldn't you want to have fun with South Africa's most powerful bakkie? So we're just looping slowly but surely, meandering up the mountainside here. I think you get about 300 days of sunshine in this area of South Africa. Very remote. A lot of bird life, snakes. Nothing really big five around here, but enough to keep you honest. Speaking of keeping you honest, I'm going to start a new little boutique travel advisory. So if anybody needs some consultancy on routes in the Western Cape, offbeat places to stay, the best gravel to travel, drop me a line on africasideways@gmail.com, and we can talk some turkey, ladies and gentlemen. I know all the gravel roads in the Western Cape and a couple beyond, and can tailor a nice little adventure for you if you come to visit South Africa. I know this place is very popular with Americans, the Europeans, Japanese, Chinese, and the more I drive around Cape Town, the more overland trucks I see. So you people out there, drop me a line, africasideways@gmail.com. So as always, sit back, relax. I'm going to throw some classical beats on now, or whatever I can find to fool your mind. Oh, this is a nice little tricky section. I'm looking forward to coming through this later this week when this river is yachting. It's a black Raptor, unfortunately, so hopefully she doesn't show too many scratches. Only time will tell on that particular front. Up and up she goes. Even a chance of seeing snow when I go. And we're getting some rhyming going out today, ladies and gentlemen. It just opens up. I reckon this would be great for wild camping. I don't think the farmer allows it, but they should, because this track is about 3.5 k's. It rarely gets any traffic. I think just the farmer goes and checks on his buchu, but other than that you are not going to see a soul. I ain't going to tell you where it is. That's part of the package, ladies and gentlemen. This is when it's terrific having the BF Goodrich tires. As you can see, this is really rocky country. There's some old dead wood that's flowed down. There were some floods here that really caused some damage last year. Got to kind of make your own way here. That's the way I like to live life. Lovely little brook. Easing through Trimmer, 5-time South African Enduro champion, Simpson Desert 3 times. This boy can roll. Brother from the same mother. So you got to pick your own adventure, yeah. Oaks Going. Get in, son. Flappers, how you doing, boy? Flapper says I should do more narration on these things. So here I am, ladies and gentlemen. On and on she goes. This is one of the most sparsely populated areas of South Africa. I think around this and the Baviaanskloof is the two most sparsely populated areas. In the Cederberg, there's very few communities. Op die Berg, Wuppertal, Eerselbank. Those are like the only, and one or two other little jobbies here and there. But other than that, it's just bush. So if you're into camping, if you're into 4-wheel driving, motorbike riding, this is the place for you, man. And the Wrangler's been right at home, yeah. Loving every step of the way. This has got a 3.6 or 7 V6 petrol. Goes extremely nicely, a lot of power. Goes nicely until about 90 k's an hour on gravel, and then it starts, it's like driving a bar of soap. It's really made for this kind of stuff. I ran out of battery later on, but we took on some serious off-road later on, and this thing, well, thankfully Trimmer's got the sort of experience you need for serious off-roading, but we took on some grade 5, and this thing just comes alive in the tricky stuff. But for today, just this gentle grade 2 meandering, which most people are going to do. I mean, your average plonker is not going to be interested in doing grade 5. I mean, you wet your pants most of the time doing it. Gorgeous blue skies. And on she goes. It's a long, long way to Tipperary. It's a long, long way to go. On and on she goes. The rocky road to nowhere. It's always lovely being in South Africa. Arguably the best 4x4 country in the world. I mean, Australia might have something to say about it. The US has got great tracks, but South Africa is right up there. I think our best import is, well, export. We export this to the world to come and get it. Is our gravel roads in the Bokke. You come to Bokke. That would have been another great wild camping spot. Just yachting, yeah. First gear. Diff lock's not even on. And the Jeep just travels. I think the Raptor's going to have a lot of fun coming up here, to be quite honest. Nothing else planned. Try to get some vehicles from Cederberg, but they've been very quiet on Big 6. I mean, I've got hundreds of thousands of hits viewing Toyotas. You'd think they could throw me some product. And you see guys on YouTube with 500 subscribers getting cars all the time. Sometimes Big 6 doesn't know what he has to do to get some trucks. So, any manufacturers, get in the game. Got to be in it to win it. On Africa Sideways. But it's cool. Got so much content I haven't even got through. The X-Trail's got past 240,000 Ks. I've got some footage in the tank. I need to put that up. And also the Dunlops have gone over 30,000 Ks. The AT5's very, very impressive. There's still no punctures. Probably, unless you're doing serious off-roading and just for gravel use and town use, sort of 90% town, 10% gravel, the Dunlop AT5s are my favorite tires of 2024. It's long overdue, I know it, for another top 10 tire review. I shall endeavour to get onto that. Well, now we're going to have to make our own adventure, yeah. What's Trimmer going to do? 17 times South African Enduro champion. The man, the myth, the legend. On and on she goes. Just a gorgeous part of the world here. Easy peasy for the Wrangler. I mean, leave your comments below, but is this the best off-road vehicle in the business, the two-door Wrangler? Sure, up a steep incline is not going to be the best, but otherwise it is fantabulous. And Trimmer had the standard BF Goodrich's on here. He's recently upgraded to a 275 by 70 on an 18-inch rim, and this thing looks banging. He came and saved us at Atlantis. We got to do a full shakedown of that truck if you can. He's a busy man, so when we can get him on film, we certainly will. But this truck is gone. Really is a privilege to be out here in South Africa, and thankfully the elections went calmly. No major incidents, and we have a government of national unity here in South Africa. Ramaphosa is still our president, sharing power with the DA, Gayton, IFP, and a few other parties. So it's actually an interesting blueprint. It's an interesting time to be in South Africa. Can politics where everybody's at the table actually work? You know, it's a revolutionary idea, but in some ways it's better if you have everybody feeding from the same trough, because there's more accountability. If everybody's on the same team, you know, people get away with more. But if you're not all on the same team, you can bring different ideas to the table, as long as everybody's actually mature about it and pushing in a forward direction and speaking from the heart, and not just to get votes like some other people do in this country. I think South Africa's got a chance to really boost the economy and get things going. If we use the Springboks as our blueprint, how Rassie runs the whole show. The difference there is Rassie's the boss, so he can kind of make things happen, whereas with the government of national unity, you've got a lot of different voices, and if you need really a strong leader to make that thing happen. And yeah, anyway, enough political talk. Back to the 4x4s. In fact, Ramaphosa has a game farm in Graafrenet. I think he breeds wildebeest. Just a little bit of information on the side. But anyway, Boko playing Ireland next weekend. Big rugby game. Here come the Bokke. I like the look of the back line. Some really good players coming through. Ngoma Zulu, Edwell, and Fassi at fullback. Finally, we got a fullback who can catch a high ball. But Billy's a good player, very tactical player, but he's getting on a bit, and he's never really been that secure under the high ball. I mean, he's a big game player. Whenever it matters, Billy's there. So I can't knock the man, but yeah, good. And then the New Zealanders are coming out here for a tour, which is good to see. Is that Tri-Nations or a tour? I don't know if we're even playing Tri-Nations anymore. I'm glad we're not playing Super 14. I like the old days of when you used to tour countries. We'd go for 3 test series in New Zealand and play Canterbury and Waikato and all those smaller counties. You know, and you go for a 3-month tour. That's proper, rather than just all this trophy competition. It gets a bit boring after a while. I mean, the whole one of the essences of rugby is getting out there, getting on tour, and having a laugh, and getting your leg over for the oaks who aren't otherwise engaged. Getting quite high here. I must be probably about 800 meters above sea level. I think at the end of the track here, you've probably got a chance of seeing snow when it's snowing, ironically. Another nice wild camping spot on the left there. That would be nice if you've got an eco trailer or something. You could get in it, but I think we're starting to come to the end of the trail, slowly but surely. Yeah, here's the end of the trail. Darcy, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, does it get any better than this? South Africa, your beauty. There's the trimmer. Go on, son. Big 6. Yo. Get in it. Only on Africa Sideways. So that's the end of this little trail. Got a little bit of footage from the other trail we did. We did a little other little sneaky trail on the side. Nothing too hectic. Unfortunately, my GoPro fell off the car, so I lost a bit of footage. It's a problem with the GoPro. If you get dust on the suction cups, which happens a lot when you're off-roading, you start to get issues, my bro. Issues. See, here we are, carrying on. This is a different little part of the off-road track. Well, look at these gorgeous views here. Absolutely fantabulous. So there you go. This track's going to be winding along, winding its merry way to where it's going to go. So in part 3 of the great Wildtrak Wrangler adventure, we're going to be going from Cederberg, we're going through the Cederberg, all the nice gravel roads, down to Toes River, and then one of the best gravel roads in South Africa, down to Montague, and then banging through to Oak Lodge, just outside Rifeerson End on the way to Greyton. We're going to be taking the Wrangler on another little adventure, so keep it stum, keep it peeled, only on Africa Sideways. Coming to the end of the trail, ladies and gentlemen. Trust you enjoyed the ride on Air Africa Sideways, going to places you've probably never been before. Right on top of the mountain here, must be over 1,000 meters above sea level. It kind of looks like some dude's nose on the top right there in the mountain. Paka, absolutely paka. So have yourself a good day, a good year, a good life. Peace, love and happiness. Over and out.